Hey, and welcome back. Continuing where we left off, we're just going to bind the rest of these variables. So, player name for our next one. Let's just make this a bit clearer. So we're going to call it P1 name, and we'll bind it to our P1 name. Then here's HP. We're going to bind this. First, let's bind this bar. So we're going to bind it to party member 1 HP, then party member 1 mana, and we need to set that up, Okay, so we're going to make a new binding for this one, for the HP's text. So let's go to the text, and we're going to create a binding, and we'll call this get P1 HP value. So then we're going to get our player reference, and we're going to get party member 1 HP, and we're going to times it by 100, and we'll plug it in like that. Okay, on to the next one. I'm going to set the mana as one now, so bind, create a binding, and we'll call this get P1 mana value. And we're going to do exactly the same thing, but just with the mana. So let's copy that, and that, and paste it in, and get the mana. So get party member 1's mana, and plug that in like such. Okay, and we're going to go on to the AP, bind, create a binding, and we're going to do the same thing again, except okay, no, we're not going to do the same thing. We're going to grab a player reference. I'm going to say get AP, or get party member 1's AP, and display that. Okay, compile. I'm going to call this get P1 AP value. Compile, and then we need to set up our P1's level value. So create a binding. I'm going to call this get P1 level, and then we're going to grab our player reference and say get level and plug it in like that. Okay, now we need to create a binding for his AP bar, so we're gonna do that. We'll go to percent bind, create a binding, and we're gonna call this get P1 AP bar value. Okay, and then we're gonna go to our old get AP value, or get AP var value, and just copy this and paste it in. Then we're gonna get party member 1's AP and his max AP, so get party member 1 max AP and plug them in like that. Okay, compile, and that should be our second guy set up. We just got to bind his status, so bind it to P1 party member 1 status. And this image, we're going to create a binding, so create a binding, and we can pull off of here and say make slate brush. We're going to get rid of image size, tint, tiling, and mirroring, and then we're going to grab our player reference, and we're going to say get P1 image. We're going to plug it in like that, and we'll drag off of margin and say make margin. Okay, compile. Well, that's that guy set up. On to our next one. We'll change this to P2 name, and we'll bind it to our party member 2's name, so P2 name. Then the HP bar, we're going to bind to our party member 2's HP. Mana bar will bind to our party member 2's mana, and the status we're going to bind it to our party member 2 status, and then we can get into creating bindings again. So onto our party member 2's HP, we're going to create a binding, and we'll call this get p2 HP value. And there's so many going on now, I'm just going to make new ones. So get party member 2's HP, times it by 100, and then plug it in. Okay, now we're going to do the same for the mana. Create a binding. We'll call it get p2 mana value, and we'll do exactly the same thing pretty much. So I'm just going to copy that and that, and get party member 2's mana and plug that in instead. Okay, and then we need to move on to our AP. So this bind, create a binding, and we'll call this get p2 AP value, and we'll get our player reference. We'll say get party member 2's AP, and we'll plug that in, compile, and then we'll do the bar next. So AP bar, we'll go to create a binding, and we'll call this get p2 AP bar, something like that. And we'll just go back to our top one here again and copy this and paste it in, and all we need to do is get party member 2 AP and get party member 2 max AP, and plug them in like that. And then we've got one more binding we need to create for our, or two more. Let's do the level. So let's create a binding, and we're going to call this get p2 level, and we'll get our player reference. We'll say get party member 2's level, and plug that in. I don't think we bound the other one, so let's do that as well quickly. So we'll create a binding here. No, we did do that, we did bind it. Okay, so it's just this left. So we'll create a binding on the brush, and we'll call this get p2 image, and we're going to drag off here and say make slate brush, and we'll untick the image size, tint, tiling and mirroring, and then we'll get our player reference, and then we'll get p2 image and plug that in. Okay, and we'll drag off a margin and say make margin, and compile and save, and compile and save, and everything should be working, and it is. Okay, so there we go, except our normal player doesn't have a status to start with. I think we would have to use a potion, and there we go, now it's set his status. Okay, so thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe. In the next video we're going to make ways to pick up party members and talk to guys and get different friends. Okay, bye.